True Blood is pissing me off right now. I hate slut shaming, and I hate also this whole mentality that it's okay to rape men, or men can't be raped, or it's okay to domestically abuse men. Let me tell you what's getting on my nerves. So on True Blood right now, Jason Stackhouse just finished getting gang raped by a whole bunch of crazy, V'd up redneck werepanthers who are so fucked backwards that they want to make panthers with him. So they torture him. So first of all, they tie him up, lock him in a fridge, and they just regularly knock him out and put him and tie him together. They torture him by biting him to try and turn him into a werepanther, and then all these women come and rape him. Is it played seriously? No. Is it used to further Jason as a character at this point? No. There is nothing that has come out of this scene except to somehow make Jessica and Jason happen. And that pisses me off. Because I don't care if people are saying like, Jason Stackhouse, he thinks with his dick. I'm like, he just got raped. If that was Sookie in there who had just gotten gang raped by a whole bunch of people, it don't matter how much she liked cock, she would not be out doing that because it fucks with your head. And the way they try to make it sound as if like he's getting punished for having too much sex. I'm like, really, True Blood? Really? On this show that's all about fucking supernatural creatures, you gonna talk about Jason and how he's getting punished for fucking a whole bunch of women who consent to sex? He's not a rapist. He ain't never had sex with nobody who didn't want to have sex with him. Don't try to do that shit. That pisses me off. And the whole Jessica Hoyt thing is pissing me off because, okay, they're trying to make him, Jason, and Jessica kind of seem like this thing, right? I don't understand why. I really don't. Like, what does Jason have to offer anybody besides the fact that he's good at sex? Absolutely nothing. That's all he's been known for since the show started. He's dumb, but kind of lovable, and he likes to have sex with a whole bunch of people. He's not someone you want to have a steady relationship with. Every girl he's pretty much tried to have a relationship with have either died, or he just flips right back and forth. What are you supposed to offer Jessica besides a good fuck? Really? And everyone's like, oh, Hoyt's an idiot. I'm like, really, people? How is Hoyt an idiot? How is Hoyt being sexist? Because he asks her to cook dinner for him when he's coming home from work? Like, seriously? When you are in a relationship with people, you cook for each other. If you know you working, and when you know you working, and your partner, boy or girl, is at home, and you coming in late, they should cook for you. You would do the vice versa for them. I tell you one thing though, if I go out to somebody, I have a boyfriend, he goes to work, I'm at home, of course I'm gonna cook for him. Because if I go to work and he's at home, he should do the same for me. It's not a sexist thing. If you ain't doing shit but sitting on your ass watching TV while someone's at work and they come home and they don't got no food on the table for you, or at least, maybe if you can't cook, I'm not a good cook. I can make pasta, and best believe, you come home, you gonna have a pot of pasta right there. You may not want it, but I did it. But you shouldn't have to come home after working a whole day and your partner is off. Because the thing with Jessica, she can only work at Merlot's a certain time every day. She can only work at night. She can only work one sort of thing, and she works on basically tips and whatever she gets paid at Merlot's, which is probably not that much. Let's not forget, Sookie house is paid for, so it's not like she gets to pay the rent or anything like that. So Jessica's not even bringing in any kind of big holy of money. So it's like Hoyt's the main provider of the place. He mainly probably the one paying for this house. She probably helps out or whatever. So why can't she make him an egg? It's because it grosses her out. Please, my mother doesn't eat meat, okay? My mother doesn't eat meat. I, however, am a carnivore. She go to the store, she cook that and season that meat for me, and she makes it for me. She goes out of her way to make it for me, and she don't like it. She don't eat it. It's not good for her. But because she cares about me, she gonna do it for me. I don't really like fish, but when mommy wants some fish and daddy ain't gonna cook, who gonna make her fish? Me. That's what you do. It's not about, oh, you're a guy, oh, you shouldn't have to ask me to cook for you. Fuck that. This is not that kind of make me a sandwich bullshit. It's not about that. It's about you in a relationship, you have to be together. Jessica just being all kind of stupid. Everyone's on her side because she's pretty. Just like, no, Jessica's being mad dumb. And I'm tired of everyone being like, Hoyt, it's not about Hoyt, it's about her. She was trying to get in this relationship in the first place. But she wanted to be in it. Because now she can't handle it. She want to cheat, run wild, do all kind of stuff, and we're supposed to be on her side? No, she acting a fool. And I'm tired of everyone being like, oh, no, stop that. And this whole, male thing is the reason why I cannot watch Horrible Bosses, because I know I'll get upset. And I do not want to judge a movie predisposed of just that, so I know I should go watch it, but I'm not giving that movie my money. It already has my least favorite actress in the world in it. But two, I cannot handle when they make it seem like it's not a big deal for like men to get raped, for men to be sexually harassed by women. Like, I hate that, because you wouldn't do it if it was the other way around. You would never have a movie where some woman has a boss who's trying to squirt at her boobs to see her nipples, or squirt at her thing to see her underwear, because you say that's just nasty and you put it in its place. So because all of a sudden it's a guy, it's like, oh, we can laugh about it because it's Jennifer Aniston and she's hot. It doesn't matter because if it's Jennifer Aniston, it's not really rape. It's not funny. It's not funny. Because you know what? For the guys who say that and think that it's funny and whatever, when you do that, you know what you do? You put yourself in that statistic of men who it may be smaller than women, but you put yourself in that statistic of men who, when they say that they've been abused by women or raped by women, no one believes them. There are people who do not believe men can be raped. Do you realize that? Do you realize that there are people who think men cannot be raped because rape is an action because male arousal, you have to be erect. So in order for them to rape, you have to be into it. You realize that, right? My uncle is a cop. He has had come in many domestic abuse cases. He told me when I talked about this whole issue, he would not immediately see a guy beat up and assume like he was being abused by his girlfriend. He would assume that he got into a fight with her and she was fighting back. They always talk about girls, and I was talking about this when I reviewed the purity myth, but they always talk about girls like, oh, she should have not been out in the street that late. Oh, she should not have been wearing that skirt. Oh, she shouldn't have been doing that. She shouldn't have been doing that. So already with women, we ought to be told that, we're being lectured about how we should not attract rapists, not rapists being told, oh, maybe you shouldn't rape a bitch. Maybe you should not put your dick where it's not asked to be. So we had a disadvantage where we thought about, like, we're the victims. We have to always be on guard, always have to be prepared, always got to make sure our legs are crossed, make sure we have to do everything and be all nice and neat. We come from that disadvantage, and the whole idea that, like, if you're a slut, you can't be raped, if you're a prostitute, you can't be raped, all that shit, we get that, right? But you coming from a place where they didn't say that you can even be raped, and you laughing about that stuff like it's funny? Like, really? I mean, I get why guys are just kind of like, ha ha ha, that's fine, because girls do it too with guys, saying like, oh, he could do this, he could do that to me. Yeah, I did that when I was 14, when I was a kid. No, if you're a grown-ass adult, you shouldn't be thinking that shit is funny. Rape's not funny. Rape happens to people all the fucking time. Domestic abuse happens all the fucking time. To men, women, children, etc. Why is it funny? And I'm not saying that I can enjoy a black comedy. Dark comedy does not mean that, you find the action of rape funny. It means that events around the stuff is funny. It means that other things about it are funny. But there is nothing funny about the idea. Like, I'm hearing all these reviews of people I like, since they're saying like, oh, Jennifer Aniston can do this. Man cannot be raped for Jennifer Aniston if it's in there. Like, then that's not rape then, boo-boo. If it's consensual and you like it, that's not rape, baby. That's not what that's about, okay? So, stop the bullshit, because it's bullshit. And people gonna be like, oh, you have no sense of humor. I don't give a shit. Rape's not funny. As someone who has a little brother who I love and have to take care of, I know that girls have no problem hitting on guys. That some girls, especially some roughneck girls, have no problem hitting on guys because they know they can't hit back. Well, fuck that shit. Because if anyone touch my brother, I'm gonna come over there and beat the girl myself. Okay, so I have a little brother, and I know he hangs out with some girls. I remember one time he went to a dance, this girl just grabbing on him, and she kicked him in the shin for no reason. This girl with her hard ass, she kicked my little brother in the shin. She lucky I didn't kill her. Okay? It's not right. And you can't put your hands on her, because you know it's wrong. And you know if you get into a fight with a woman, and she the one beating on you, you slap her, she get a bruise, you ain't got shit because you stronger than her, so your bruises don't show. It's done. You the one who gonna be in jail. And when you laugh at that stuff, when you make fun of that stuff and you don't treat it like it's a big deal, you perpetuate that. You perpetuate all that shit. And you don't even think that when you laugh at that stuff. You don't think about it. Because to you it's not part of your mentality. Because you're like, no, that'll happen to me. Well, you think about it. How many of you guys are grown up? You get into a fight with a girl, you just have to just walk away. Just deal with it. It's not a big deal. She hits you, you walk away. And then what happened? That's abuse. You shouldn't have to put up with that. And you should, if you feel the need to leave her, that's fine. But if she keep hitting you, and you don't have to do nothing, and that one day comes where you snap and you hit her back, what do you think gonna happen to you? You're gonna be the one in jail. You're gonna be the one to get hurt. You're gonna be the one with everything coming back at you. Okay? So you have to be aware of these things and not laugh at it like it can never happen to you. Because it can. Okay? My brother and I love my brother. He and I are close. Don't nobody mess with my brother. No one I come at you, I hurt you. But my brother and I, we play fight, we wrestle and stuff like that. He's stronger than me 10 times. Okay? He could do something to me, not even mean to hurt me, and he will. And I will punch at him, kick at him. I'll be the one with a bruise and he don't. That's how I know that. That's how I know that's an issue. Because you have these relationships where these girls, well, then they can smack a guy and be like, whatever, because he can't touch her. Like, they have this whole invisible boundary. And while I don't agree that you should not put your hands on anybody. You're a woman, don't put your hands on another man. If you're a man, don't put your hands on a woman, because that's not very either of you, okay? You should only put your hands on each other to have sex and to kiss. That's it. And hold hands at restaurants and let them put on mushy shit. But don't be touching nobody, hurt nobody because you think you fly. No. And people get away with it all the time. All the time. And they just laugh. Ha ha ha, it's funny. No, it's not. I'm going to keep saying that. It's not funny. It just isn't. And the thing about it, like, I talked to my brother about this thing because he went to go see the movie, found the movie hilarious. I'm like, of course you do. Of course you do. Plenty of people find the movie funny. I'm not judging people who find the movie funny. I'm just saying, be aware. Okay, because he didn't even know what I'm talking about when I told him about, like, that kind of counter-rape stuff. He don't know. It's not part of his mentality yet. Because to him, he's young, he's a boy, he don't have to worry about shit. Because rape is treated like a woman issue. Like, I'm supposed to worry about rape all the time, 24/7, 75, right? That's me. That's my burden. He don't think about that. My little brother don't think about getting raped. Because it's not put into his head that he has to worry about that shit. He has to worry about, getting girls pregnant, that kind of stuff. I have to be the one to worry about rape. To worry about abuse. Not him. If he's a little boy, maybe. But no, he don't have to think about that. So it's not even on his radar. So when he sees that shit and I don't laugh and he laughs, he like, well, I don't find that funny. Because, Brad, that could be you. And you don't think about that while you laughing. Because you think, oh, she's hot, that just makes it cool. No. Because that don't mean shit. Because a boy is hot don't mean he should touch you. Just because a woman's attracted doesn't mean she should touch you. Okay? And I know y'all all grown. But I love y'all. I'm letting y'all know this. Don't let nobody hurt you. Because Big Mama Melina gonna be very upset. Because it's not funny. Like, I come from a mentality where rape is probably the worst thing that could happen to me. It fucks with your head, it fucks with your emotions, and if you get pregnant, that just fucks with your whole vibe. Because as someone who doesn't believe in, like, personally, I would never want to get an abortion. I'm pro-choice, though, but I would never want to get an abortion. And to get pregnant from that shit, fuck with my head. Because I don't want to have this baby. But I don't want to have to deal with doing that, either. And for, like, my brother, I think about what if that happens to him? And he's fucked with women for the rest of his life. If he can't, if he's afraid to never let somebody get close to him. It's serious. And when there's like true blood just passes aside, it just makes me upset. Because you know what? If it was a woman, you wouldn't treat it like that. And we already have a lot of issues with female dealing with rape. We get blamed for it. We get told we shouldn't be dressed in a certain way. We shouldn't be slutty or whatever. We get told that it's our fault for being raped. That's our burden and we have to deal with that one step at a time. But at least, there's a stigma against it. At least, and there should be, at least, people come and talk about Lifetime, everyone gets raped. But at least those movies and those things make it say, like, look, this is an issue. No matter how corny they try to make it, at least we have a ground to build on. What leg do you have to stand on? When you are being told that you can't even be raped. When there is no ground for you. We get the burn in bed, Ike and Tina, all that kind of stuff, like, oh yeah, we gotta be a woman taking it for ourselves, whatever, not being abused by men. Where's yours? Nowhere. And you need to think about these things. And it's sad because I remember they just had this thing and they were talking about rap music, and they were talking about, like, the whole Chris Brown Rihanna thing, about how, like, people talking about Rihanna should have got the car, should have done all that kind of stuff. It's crazy. And you can't blame the victim for being abused. You can't say, like, why was she there, why was she there? It's not her fault or his fault. It's never the person getting beaten ain't beating themselves. It's somebody else. That's who you need to start a fight with. And guys, I love y'all. I love men. I don't want to see y'all get hurt. So you guys have to be aware of these things. It's fine that you think a girl is sexy and you're like, oh, I wish I could do that. That's fine. But don't look at sexual abuse, sexual assault against your own gender and be like, ha ha ha, that's funny. Because the reality is it's not. Because there are men who get beaten, who get abused, and are afraid to say anything because it is a blight on their masculinity. Because to them, being raped, being domestically abused is a woman's thing, and it cannot happen to them. So you have to be aware that it can happen to you. And True Blood, which I love, if they don't make this kind of right, I'm going to be very pissed. I know people are like, oh, why are you getting upset about True Blood? It's just a regular cartoon show, whatever. I mean, it's not a cartoon, but it's like a regular show, whatever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Because if that was Suki, that would not be happening.